I'm curious as to what I could do to reduce the amount of MSW I generate. Perhaps by some sustainable practice, but what? Why hello, would you like to learn about some sustainable practices that could reduce your MSW generation? I think I would. What is there? Composting is an excellent sustainable practice. Composting is a form of recycling that involves recycling many unused organic materials, which would usually be thrown away and join the MSW in the system. There are a few negative aspects to composting, and many positive ones. Care to listen? I think I would like to listen. Be warned. Composting does have negative aspects. It does fall prey to the not in my backyard policy. As composting is a collection of decaying materials, it usually has a putrid scent and attracts flies. It also doesn't look the best. That's better. I don't want that in my backyard. What should I do? The solution to that is to talk to this guy. Usually schools, landfills, and garbage collectors allow you to drop off compost or organic material near them. This then avoids the not in my backyard dilemma. Moving on to the positive aspects, as well as an explanation of what it is. Compost has three distinct stages: mesophilic, thermophilic, and maturing. Use of compost that isn't in the maturing stage usually isn't as effective, however is still better than nothing. Here we have farmland. Farmland has nutrients, which are good and make plants grow. By adding compost, farmers usually experience an increase in soil retention as well as nutrient retention, which makes plants grow better. Without compost, the organic content diminishes, and soil nutrients are usually lost. Without something to replace the soil lost from runoff, as well as nutrients, the land becomes less arable and farmers have a harder time. The runoff from nearby composting can actually cause adverse effects. Algal blooms can occur near large bodies of water where there's an influx of phosphorus, which compost usually does have. Compost is usually viewed positively. I interviewed my dad, who actually used compost frequently. He mentioned how compost usually only smells bad during the summer or during hot days. However, it doesn't really matter because he did it for the economic value. His neighbors have actually complained to him several times, which is an example of how people view it. However, this problem has already been addressed by communal composting. Composting is a great idea but isn't implemented well enough. There should be more communal composting, and companies should give more to people who do compost, such as credits received for composting a certain amount of your trash instead of throwing it away. Compost is so wonderful. Here, have some. Wow, this was so educational and inspiring. I think I'll go compost now with this compost you gave me.